Hello and welcome to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast on the Box Office Buzz 302 YouTube channel. As always, I'm with my main man, Larry Loper. I am Gil Irizarry. We are here to talk about WWE, NCAA, football, NFL, all that good stuff. A 44-year-old coming out of retirement to maybe save the day. What? But first, we're going to talk, guess what? Hockey. We are going to talk hockey because my main man, Larry
Oh,
Loper, went to his first hockey game. It was the Flyers playing host to the Sabres, the Buffalo
favorite.
Sabres. Experience. Oh, no.
To do on my bucket list to do. Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yes.
Okay, cool. On my bucket list to do was the hockey game. Like I always want to go to a hockey game because I watch it, I follow it. I gotta understand how everything go. And when I tell you, brother, in person is everything that I thought it was going to be and more. Like my first experience of a hockey game was great because I knew it was going to be a lot of goals put up. Because you got to think the Flyers had just lost the night, 2 nights before to Pittsburgh, which is a rivalry game. So Buffalo coming in, which at the time right now, Buffalo's is playing not really good hockey. They're giving up a lot of goals, man. They're getting spanked. So I already knew it was going to be a good night for hockey. I mean, before I ever had to see Gil, the Buffalo scored while I was about to sit down.
Mm,
After that, Flyers went on tirade. They put three up in the first period, ended up pitting two up in the second period, and they ended up winning the game or the match by 5-2. So it was a great match, great night for hockey. It was a lot of energy. And it's one of those sports where I could root for the team that I'm coming to
mhm.
see because my team is all the way in Detroit somewhere. I've been a Red Wings fan for I don't know why I even picked the Red Wings, but I just like the Red Wings, okay?
Mm.
Red Wings fans for a while now. But yeah, it was a great time, man. Great experience. I recommend for anybody that could go check out a hockey game. Man, it is definitely fun from the time they drop that putt, man, all the way throughout the match, man. So it's definitely a good time.
How do you compare a year ago? You and I went and saw the Sixers play the Spurs, and which was good.
Hmm.
And now you just went with your business partner to your
Hmm.
first hockey game, same arena.
Yeah.
What? How would you say? How would you compare and contrast
Hmm.
the excitement level and the action? Compared to the NBA.
Oh man, for hockey, I would say that my hockey experience was a lot more better than my basketball experience. Not taking none away from the basketball game, it was some energy, but it's a different energy in hockey, man. It's like, man, when you talking about hits, it's fast, it's electric. If I can describe, it's very electric, man. Like when they score a putt, everybody's involved. I don't care if because it's a lot of interaction. So I don't even know you, but I know that they scored the puck and we slap fly, we slapping hands. Everybody's cheering, yelling at the top of their lungs. I'm talking about the whole match. The whole match. Basketball spotty, man.
Mhm.
Um, if it's a good game, yeah, you can really get into it. It can really hype you up. But if it's a blowout, and it can be a blowout in basketball. You get there. Luckily, we did go to a good game. The game we went to actually ended up being a good game. But then, the dumb stuff happened because Embiid wanted to be a little girl, and he got kicked out because he fouled the guy. He fouled the guy. It was a charge. And then he wants to get all hostile with the female ref. Of all the referees, you want to get hostile with the female. And he got kicked out the first period, so he kind of blew it for us. But lucky Maxie and the center that went to New York, he ended up having a good game. It was a good game. And then we got to see
Mhm.
Wemby because I wanted to see Wemby. So that
Mhm.
was the plus side. But night and day, bro. Night and day. Can't even compare the two. Hockey, way better experience than basketball.
Wow. Wow.
In my humble opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Not an expected opinion, but that's
Yeah.
that's that's pretty good, man. When you grow up in the inner city
Yeah.
and you're playing ball, basketball from a very young age.
Yeah.
And I don't know how often you caught hockey, but I know I didn't catch hockey until I was like a teenager. That's when I started paying attention,
Bro.
and I never played it. I mean, other than in gym, on rollerblades,
Yup.
I've
Yup.
never played it. And wow, so
Yeah.
that's saying a lot, man. Your first experience, you were
Yeah.
excited for it. It was teams that you don't even root for, and
Yeah.
you were into it. A lot of scoring early helps.
Oh,
I
it
think the
does, man.
Flyers, I think they scored 3 goals like back to back, like quickly.
They did. Like I'm talking about between 25 seconds. Like literally, by
Mm,
the time you sat down, they scored again. And even if it was a defensive, even if it was a defensive match, it still would have been fun to watch.
mm,
Because they still set things up. It just that's when the goalies come in play. When you like, man, because the goalies, if they put get some amazing saves in, that makes a great. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of angles. It
mm.
ain't just a bunch of just scoring. Sometimes it is a defensive match is good when you got two top tier goalies in that. I'm telling you, brother, like you saying, I never even thought I'd be watching hockey because that's not a sport in the inner city that you're gonna gravitate to even watch. You think it's boring. You think ain't no strategy. Just they skating up and down with sticks. And, yeah, okay,
Mhm.
okay, you can believe that. No, you can see things getting set up. You can see, yeah, it's like
It,
tennis.
ignorance is bliss.
Oh, it's
You
bliss,
can.
bro. It's bliss, bro. Like, and I told certain people, they like, oh, you went to a hockey game?
That's right.
So
And I
yeah,
had a great time.
I had a great time. I'm a sports guy. I don't slim my horizons.
Mhm.
My horizons is broad, man. I could deal with anything, bro. I'm telling you, I ain't been to a football game yet. I need to go to a real football game. I got to experience that. I know you've been to the Jets, so I got to
And the
experience that.
Giants
And
and
the
the
Giants.
Bears and the Eagles. Yeah, I've been to a handful. The problem is when I go, it seems like it always rains. It's like a cold rain, so I want to stay inside.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, we'll work it out.
Yes, sir.
It's coming, it's coming. So man, it just warms my heart when a couple of brothers show up to a hockey game and they were all about it. Because I'm assuming your partner, he was into it too, right? He's the
Oh
one that
man,
got the
was he?
tickets.
Oh, was he? Oh, was he? He was totally into it, like totally. And when he called me, he was like, "Bro, you want to go to the hockey game?" I said, "Dude, I want to go to the hockey game. Do birds fly? Of course, I want to go to the hockey game. What are you talking about, bro? Of course, I want to go." And I think by me having knowledge of the game and me really knowing the game, it made his experience also good too. He watched, but not like I watch it.
Hmm.
So by me being explained certain things and then him watching it, and then my energy too, it was just like he fed off my energy too. And I'm telling you, it's the type of thing where when they score, bro, I don't care. Everybody's your friend. That's what type it
Awesome.
is. It ain't like that in
Awesome.
basketball.
No.
It ain't
The only
like
thing
that.
I can compare it to is scoring a touchdown in football for a home game and a home run at a baseball game
Yeah,
for a home game.
yeah. That's
Everybody's
that's a
high
good analogy.
fiving.
That's a good
Yeah.
analogy. That's a great analogy. That's yeah. It's just like that. When you hit a home run at a home game and everybody's just friends smack. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the great analogy, brother. Great analogy.
Awesome. So
It's a lot of things going on.
man, I tell you what, man, people gotta know that Larry is a sports guy. He
I
is
am.
not a two-sport guy. He is a sports guy. They should listen to you because you be watching and paying attention.
I
And now
do.
you're starting to show up to these events.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's what I like to
Yes,
hear. My
sir.
man. My man. All right, we'll move on.
Yes,
The big
sir.
thing that happened this weekend, I believe it came out on Saturday. It might have been Sunday morning. Um, was the final NCAA men's football playoff bracket finally came out. The two lower seeds were Miami and what was it, Tulane and James Madison.
Yeah.
Those were like the low ones. That was like 10, 11, 12, which meant Notre Dame did not make it. So first things first, what do you think of this playoff? I guess besides Notre Dame not making it,
Yes,
I
sir.
guess in Indiana beating
Yes.
Ohio State, that was the The
Yes.
the game. So let's start there. Indiana, they have Mendoza, Fernando
Yes.
Mendoza. Do you think he pulls off the trifecta? Do you think he wins the national championship,
Okay.
wins the Heisman, and is the number one pick in the 2026 NFL draft? What
I
do you
don't think
think?
they're gonna get a trifecta. I got him as the Heisman Trophy winner for sure. Number one pick for sure. Depends on because I could see a team coming up and getting that quarterback. There's some teams that need quarterbacks. So yes, I think he will go number one. Only reason I don't think he's gonna win a national championship because I still got Ohio State winning that championship. So if the cars match up right and they face each other for the national championships, which would be rare when a team from the same conference actually plays each other for the national championship, I think Ohio State will probably edge them in the national championship. But I'm rooting for him, man, because we don't see that often, especially from Indiana. It's not Indiana was a
Mm,
basketball school, it was never
still
known as
is.
a football school,
Still is.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. That's my what you think?
I actually completely agree. I think he
Okay.
will win the Heisman. I think he probably will be the number one pick, but that is, you know how the draft gets
Yeah,
examined and over-examined and over-examined. So,
yeah,
if he doesn't look like he can throw the ball 70 yards, or there's a little hiccup in a hitch or something like that,
yeah.
they start you here and then they try and bring you down
That's a fact.
to try, and then the week of the draft they start to bring you back up again. So I'm gonna say I think he wins the Heisman. Yes, I think he's probably the number one pick.
Hmm.
Not definite, but probably. He's a quarterback. He should be the number one quarterback in this draft. You know how they get pushed up. It's just a matter of, does the number one pick, that team, need a quarterback,
That's a
or is
fact.
someone going to be able to trade up with them? So we'll see about that. Because right now, if it were to be the Titans, they're not taking Mendoza. They're
No,
not. They're
no,
not going. And you
no.
can't just assume they're going to trade down because it's expensive to move up, and the asking price is going to be high, and someone just might not want to go there. Um, I don't think Indiana wins the national championship. I think Georgia, Ohio State, and Oregon are all better than Indiana.
I agree. I agree. I totally agree. I mean, they're a good team. So it's
Mhm.
definitely a good team. They're worthy of the number one seed. They definitely are. But who you got winning the national championship? You're looking at this bracket and how it's panning out. Can you see winning the whole thing?
Ohio State,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're in agreement.
and if not them,
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yep,
Yeah,
Georgia. I'm the same agreement, brother. Same agreement. Same
cool.
agreement.
All right, now what do you think about the fact that Notre Dame this whole time looked like they were making the playoffs, and
Hmm.
they are now the team that's out?
They got a huge argument,
Okay.
especially since at the latter end of the year they probably play the best football at the latter end of the season. Um, as much as um, the college playoff picture has come along, because we got this playoff and
Mhm.
extension of these teams because they just couldn't get it right. They couldn't. The committee was dropping the ball miserably. Um, Unfortunately, it's going to be this way moving forward. I mean, they're not always going to be able to nail it. You know what I mean? But I believe moving at this point that it's got a lot better. It's not too much chirping. A couple teams that could have made a lot before, but I think Notre Dame, resume wise, should have got in.
You
I
think
think
they
the
should have?
resume stacked. I believe they should have.
So who do they take? Whose place? James Madison.
Can't they? Yeah, James Madison.
Okay.
Yup, James Madison. Yup, that's what I'm going for. Do you think that James Madison, honestly, you think James Madison could compete um, with a lot of these teams that's in the playoffs right now?
No, I don't.
Exactly.
I don't think they can compete, and B, I don't think they're as good as Notre Dame. And C, I want to see the household names as much as possible. If they're close to making him, I want to see him in. I want to see Notre Dame in. I want to see Penn State in. I want to
Yes.
see USC in. I want to see Texas in. I want to see the
Yes.
big names, as
Yes.
many as possible, the household names. Some people were saying, "Oh, maybe Alabama should." I want to see Alabama in.
I do. I
I
do. I
want to
mean, I
see them in.
do.
Now I can go the opposite direction for Notre Dame because a lot of people were saying if Notre Dame gets in, then Miami doesn't get in. Well, Miami beat Notre Dame.
Yeah,
They beat them the first game of the season.
they did.
So that's still got to count. That has to count on the resume. Well, it was early in the season. It's not as impactful as at the end. It still counts.
It still
If,
counts.
if when it's that close and you got a head to head and one won and one lost, I think that's got to count. I think the committee where they made a mistake was they've had Notre Dame making the tournament,
Hmm.
and then at the last second, when the final tally comes, they're
Hmm.
not in it. I think the whole time Notre Dame should have been on the outside or
Mm.
right on the fringe, like 12 or not in, 12 or not in. Just so it's not a shocker that, you had them in the whole time and now they're out. Like what happened that they're out. So I think the committee, I think they kind of got it right the last week,
Hmm.
but I think they were wrong the three previous weeks.
Okay. Okay. So now
I,
that's what made the controversy happen because they penciled them in, and you felt at the time that they shouldn't have did all that.
they shouldn't have done that. No.
Now, what was on their resume? What is the resume downer? What was the team that they lost to that was that destroyed their resume to even make this case?
Well, didn't they lose like two out of their first few games? Like two out of
Okay.
the first three or something like that. So they were probably unranked for a little
Okay.
while, and then they started picking up steam. And I know they beat Stanford, at the end of the season.
I mean, that doesn't boost your resume. Stanford was bad.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. They were probably overranked.
Yeah, I got
And
you.
one of the things that doesn't bother me is I think when you're not in a conference, you don't get the benefit of the doubt.
Mm,
And I'm a Notre Dame fan, but I
mhm.
know for a fact that alum of Notre Dame, they act like we're Notre Dame and everyone else isn't. Like you're below us. We don't need to be in a conference. We're Notre Dame. Well, maybe if you were in a conference and you had a conference championship game, that might have put you over the top this time.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm gonna say this, and this is just my opinion, and I'll give both sides of this, but right now, I think it's weak that Notre Dame refuses to play in a bowl game now. They were gonna play in a bowl game, I think it was called the Pop Tart Bowl, and they were gonna play against BYU. And I wanted to
Okay.
see that because you would see the Catholics versus the Mormons.
Right.
BYU didn't get in either, but they were, kind of good. I would have liked to have seen that, and for them to be like, well, we didn't make the playoffs, so no, we're not going to accept that bowl bid because we're not going to get nearly as much money as we would have
Mhm.
got if we would have made. I think that's weak. And I feel bad for the seniors because they played their last game and they probably didn't know that that was their last game at the
Yeah.
time. Now you can say, well, some of the Notre Dame players that are going to be drafted go to the draft. They don't now they can just prepare for the draft. They don't have to risk
Uh,
getting injured. But I'm like, how many players is that? What's that going to be
yeah.
like five? What's that going to be like five players?
About that, the running back is easy coming out this year. The running back.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't hear
So
who declared, but I'm just saying like that's a handful of players versus a big college roster. I felt like they deserved to have their bowl game. Yeah, they're butt hurt right now, but you're not playing. You wouldn't be playing BYU this weekend. You know what I'm saying? You got time. It would have been around New Year's Day or whatever. So I don't like it. I don't. And they're not going to say if it was a coach's decision or administrative or athletic director or the players. They're not going to say, so we're not going to know. But I find it hard to believe that at least the seniors, they wouldn't want to play in this last game. Most of them are not going pro. So this is
Yeah,
it. This is
yeah,
this
yeah.
is this is the end. Maybe they'll join another professional league, but more than most of them will never play at a high level again. Like this is it. And they didn't know it. They didn't know that their last game against Stanford was their last game. They thought they were probably making the playoff, and they thought for sure we're making a bowl game. And they'd be like, no, we're not. Mm, we're Notre Dame. No, I don't agree with that. And I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I don't feel good saying it, but I got to keep it real. I
Yeah, you got
got
to keep it.
to keep it real. Do
You
you do
got
you
to
agree?
keep it
Do you agree?
authentic, man. I
Do you?
totally agree. Like, that's, I mean, come on, bro. That's arrogant. It's like, I guess in basketball, it'd be equivalent if you didn't make the tournament and you rejected the NIT. You get a chance to play again,
Yes.
man. You get a chance to play straight
Yeah.
up. So, as an athlete, as a competitor, I want to go on that field and put it on, especially if it's my last game and I get to put on these pads with my brothers, go out here in war, hopefully in victory. I don't want that to be my last game. And it sends a terrible message, you know? Yes, and the university is a university, man. It's going to get paper. It's going to get, all the sponsors. The money's going to go back to the university. But like you said, for them players, man, you should deprive them of that last game. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's like I don't make it, so now I throw a little tantrum and I'm a
Right.
rejection. That's how it is. Like, what are we, once again, what are we teaching the kids? What are we
Hmm.
teaching the future?
You
Huh?
don't you don't get your way, take your
Yeah,
ball and
no,
go home.
I take my ball home. Remember?
Hmm.
I don't pick you on my team, right?
Hmm.
And you brought the basketball to the court.
Well, no one plays then. I'm
No,
out
I
of
know
here.
you want to
I'm
play.
taking my ball and
You know,
leaving.
yeah, we should know what we should do with the ball, Gil, for them kind of guys. We
Take
should
it and
bust it.
throw it.
We should throw
Take
it
it.
or bust it. You
Oh,
ain't
like
playing. You
like
ain't
pop
playing
it.
ball. Yeah, we'll pop it. Now you ain't playing ball. Now you ain't playing ball. Notre
Hmm.
Dame. That's why you
Hmm.
ain't make the tournament. They popped your ball.
Can't. Now I
Hey
don't
man,
feel
go
bad. I
perform.
don't I don't feel bad for them. I feel
Yeah,
bad for the seniors, but I don't feel bad
yeah,
for the school in its totality because I think that's terrible. That's terrible. We're not going to play in a bowl game.
yeah. I'm not feeling that. Like
And
you said, I would.
I think now Marcus Freeman should interview for head coaching jobs.
I think he should too.
I think he
I
should.
think he should too. And now he'll get it if some covenant jobs out there. The Penn State jobs off the table. The Iowa State.
No, I'm talking about NFL. I'm
Oh yeah,
talking
he
about
should go
take your
up.
talents and go to the NFL. Get
Hey
paid.
man, look.
Get paid. He could always go back to college if it doesn't work out. Get paid.
The league is flipping, and we're gonna get to that because the league is
Mm-hmm.
flipping. It's flipping, Dill.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get to that though. That's the preview,
Mm-hmm.
y'all.
Yep.
And if you have any disagreement of what we talking about, please let us know because y'all have been commenting. I'm gonna let you know y'all been commenting, man. And I'm gonna let you know the people that are commenting, man. I respectfully take it all, man. I think Gil's the same way, man. But these are our opinions, man. Okay, it's no different if you go to CBS, TNT, whoever, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
our opinions, my man. So I'm glad that you're commenting, and I'm glad that we're striking a feeling in some people because they comment and say, "Oh man, you guys, what are you talking about?" I'm saying same thing you talking about. All right, same thing you talking about, man. So no, we're not goofy because we have an opinion. Okay, that's the matter with the world. You state your little opinion, and then you trigger somebody, and all of a sudden they want to
Mm-hmm.
start to call you all out your name and calling you crazy and goofies and all these other derogatory terms. That's a
It's
derogatory
just
term. Somebody
it's
call you
just
goofy.
sports. It's just
It's
sports.
sports.
You agree or you disagree.
That's
It's
it.
not that serious.
It's not that. And please, if you have any disagreement, let us know and we'll
Yeah,
talk about it. Look, I would definitely shout you out on the show. I won't be anonymous. I will let you know who's commenting on what because we thank you for the support. We thank you for the subscribers. We thank you because every week we get up here and try to give y'all this good business, man.
we're
But yeah,
trying. We're trying.
a great man, a great entertainer, a great one has officially. Is it official? Is he officially hanging his boots up, bro? Is it
Who
official?
who are we talking about?
Oh man, you don't know what we talking about?
Can you give me the sport?
WWE.
Oh, okay. Let's move on to WWE. The John Cena last match tournament has concluded, and Gunther, the Ring General, is the winner, and he will be taking on John Cena on Saturday night's main event, December 13th. Now,
We, Gil, you called it.
we kind of predicted that.
You called it,
We
Gil.
we both did. We both did. But let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
I've heard a lot of interviews with John Cena, and a lot of people were asking him the same generic question: who do you want your last opponent to be? And he said he didn't have a specific person in mind, but he
Hmm.
was hoping that how he got into the WWE is how what he can do as he goes out. And what he means is he wants an up and comer,
Hmm.
a young guy to have the match of a century with him
Mm.
and for John Cena to put him over. Now that doesn't
Okay.
mean John Cena loses, but
Right.
he has a match where you already expect John Cena to be good, but it's the other guy. You're like, wow, look at the potential on him. Now, when Cena, his first match, when he made the main roster in WWE, was 2002 against Kurt Angle. And they
Ooh,
had a great match.
ooh, and that's how you do it.
Kurt Angle won, but people weren't talking about Kurt Angle when that
Right.
match was over. They were about who's that John Cena. So now you fast forward 23 years, he wanted to do the same thing for somebody. So you got to think about the people. Could an LA Knight have fit that bill? Maybe. He was in the tournament, maybe. I
Yeah.
have I have other people that I had in mind. To me, this young Braun Breaker, who is Rick Steiner's son, Scott
Mhm.
Steiner's nephew, he's getting some heat right now. It would have been great if he was in that tournament and he made the finals. I would have loved to see that. Or
Yeah.
maybe a third round, a rubber match between Cena and Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio. I think that would have been good. Young guys that are got titles, but we're talking about going next level.
Next level. Right.
Next level. Gunther is already one of the main faces of the
Hmm.
WWE. If you if
Yeah.
you're if you're talking heel, he's probably number one. I
Yeah.
mean, who would you put heel above him? Solo Sequoia? Not real. I mean, he's
Not
there,
really.
but I wouldn't
Yeah.
put him above Gunther. To me,
Nah.
Gunther is probably the number one heel. Not Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins, he's up there.
Yeah. Seth's up there.
He's up there.
He's up
And he
there.
obviously doesn't need the rub, but I don't think Gunther needs the rub either. So what you're going to get is a great match.
Yeah.
But whoever wins or loses, it's not going to do anything for either guy. I mean, I guess Cena never had a main event against Gunther, and
Hmm.
he is, the top heel probably. But that's not what I want. To me, that is a WrestleMania match. That is a SummerSlam match. That's not, last match of your career trying to put a young guy over on Saturday night's main event. To me, they missed it. They missed it. It's a missed opportunity, in my opinion. So although, I got my prediction right, you got your prediction right. I am a little more than slightly disappointed because I wanted to see a young buck get in there and
Yeah.
and have a half hour match with John Cena because Cena's gonna show up and show out, and I think this is gonna be it for Cena. Like I really think you will never see him in a match again. He might be in
Oh
a
yeah.
ring
Oh yeah.
to be like a referee
Yeah.
or something like that, but you might see the hustle flow and loyalty, all that. But I think as a match, a real wrestling match, I think this is it. I think he went on this 1 year tour where he performed a lot.
Hmm.
He went from babyface to heel back to babyface all in a year, all in a year, winning a title, losing a title, winning a title, losing a title, a different title. So, he's put up, and this, I think this is it. I really, really,
Um,
because he don't need it. A lot of guys come back, whatever profession it is, because they can't make it doing something else and they miss it too much. He's an actor. He's a television actor. He was on HBO for 2 seasons, and he's a movie actor. He's not even 50 years old. He could be doing this another 20, 25 years. He's got the money already. So I think that's it. I think it's it. What do you think of Gunther being the guy? And are you expecting a good match and you're happy, or do you think maybe what I'm saying is opportunity missed?
it's going to be. I mean, you are the expert, and
No
people y'all need
expert.
to know. Yeah, I
No
mean, you got way
expert.
more of a knowledge base when it comes, especially with the new age and everything that's going on with the wrestling than I do. But just from looking and just feeding off of you and the stuff I do know, I mean, every point you made, I can't disagree with you. Like it's hard for me to disagree with you because normally it is a guy that you see, which would have been Braun Breaker. I mean, I'd have been perfect. You want to bring a guy over and bring him up? Yes, perfect candidate. Like you said, Gunther's already established.
Hmm.
You're not going to bring him. You're not going to take him over. Okay, he already solidified his bones in WWE. He is the top heel. And it's going to be a great match because he's it's going to be a great match. Um, but then you're right. I mean, once again, it's a lot of things that they've been dropping the ball off lately when it comes to WWE, man, for real. So I
I'm
mean,
not in love with some of the booking.
I'm
I'll be
definitely
honest.
not either, brother.
I'm
I'm
not in
not
love.
either,
I don't know
brother.
if that's
I'm not.
Triple H personally or people that he's got working for him. I don't know, but I'm
I
not in
with
love with
Vince,
the
man,
booking.
you can say a lot about Vince McMahon, man, but creative wise, boy oh boy, when he built a storyline, he built a great storyline, brother, and
Hmm.
he was able to sustain it and keep it going. It wasn't rushed. I feel a lot of
Hmm.
these storylines don't make sense. They main event Jay Uso, that whole fiasco. Um, John Cena going to hell. Okay,
I
your
told you back
farewell
then I
tour
didn't like
goes
it.
ill. Your farewell tour. You're not wrestling again. It's getting out your system.
Hmm.
This is why he's going to retire because I think it's like when before you retire, man, you gotta literally be like, I gave everything to the sport. That way I don't be at home like another person we'll talk about, and you're sitting around, you still got that itch. You still got that,
Yeah.
you still got
Oh
that,
my gosh, you
I
are
got that itch,
so
you know.
correct. I mean, I felt it personally. I think you did too. I had an itch for 20 years of broadcasting.
Right.
I've had so many people tell me in some way, you've got to do this. You've got to find your way to be on a news show, a sports show, whatever, because you've got what it takes without training. I can tell, like, that's for you. You want to do it, that's for you. You're into sports, find a way, find. And this was before podcasts and internet radio and stuff like that. So at age 40, going to broadcasting school, I said, at the very least, I'm going to be able to scratch that itch I've had for 20 years. At the very least. Same thing with you getting into the music thing. The same thing with you. You started your own music studio.
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you? It's not like we came in the money. It's like, okay, now I can do it. No,
Right.
man. I'm be perfectly frank. My wife and I just separated. My first wife. We
Mm-hmm.
just separated. I was broke. I was living in a one-bedroom apartment, sad,
Mm.
sad all the time. And the thing that triggered for me, I don't mean to get into a big thing, but I'm going to be quick. The thing that got into it for me was I got a message on Messenger, which Messenger is part of Facebook, not part of
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. And it was from my uncle in Oregon. And my uncle was married to my aunt from my mother's side. So he's not blood related. I met him one time. But
Okay.
he remembers in the late 90s, in 1998, the one time we met, me saying I want to get into sports broadcasting when I was 22, 23 years old, something like that. And he's like, so he messaged me out of the blue because he just got on Facebook, being, in his 60s at the time. Just got on Facebook and he's, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah. I'm on Facebook and here's Messenger. Blah, blah. Oh, by the way, did you ever get into sports broadcasting? That's how he ended it.
Mm.
And I thought to myself, man, why didn't I do it? Coming up with reasons. And I'm like, it's all BS. It's all BS. I go, why am I not doing it now? There is no reason now. I don't have money and I'm sad. Well, guess what?
Yep.
Take out a
Yep.
loan, apply for a scholarship, and at least go to one of the tours. It may not be for you, but you got to know. You got to know. Well, I took a tour. I did great on the tour because they made me do a radio spot and a television spot. I didn't know that at the time, so I was very unprepared, but I did it. And
But you did it.
I got a $2,500 in a scholarship. So I forget what I had to pay, but I paid a lot less because I qualified for a $2,500 scholarship at 40 years old, and I hadn't
Mhm.
been to school since I'm 23. You know what I'm saying? 17 years later, I'm getting a scholarship. So the point is,
The point
when
is,
you're eight, when you have the ability or the
yep.
opportunity to
Yes.
scratch that itch, go for it. And
Go
if
for
you
it.
don't make it, if you were wrong, it's a short-term disappointment. But you're not going every day being like, man, I should
Yup.
have went for it. I could have went for it. Maybe I was good enough.
Yup.
If you're not, then you know. Then you
Yup.
know, and you can move on. Well,
You know what, Gary?
I was first team all county in bowling in high school. Second team all state. A scout came out to see me, okay, from a college. My first frame, I throw the ball, I hit one pin. Oh, okay. Nerves, jitters, right? My second ball, I throw in the same spot if the pin was there, but I'd already knocked it down. So the whole frame, I got only one pin. I turn around, I look up, the scout's gone.
Gone.
He's gone. True story. Was it disappointing? Yes. Did I realize at that point I'm not getting a scholarship if I choose to go to college for bowling? Yes. Did I get over it relatively quickly? Yeah, I did. I did. I was disappointed. It's a story to tell, but I got over it. I got
And then,
over it.
and the moral of the story, for everybody that's listening, is he just said it, man. It don't matter, man. What would kill you more than anything is regrets, man. So even if you shoot for the moon, you hit a star, bro. And if you
Mm-hmm.
don't hit a star, at least you tried. The worst thing is somebody could tell you, put their fears on you. False expectations appearing real. It's some fear is something that you put in your own mind. You dig what I'm saying? And I've known every fear that I have had in my life, I had to face. You know, is rejection one of them? Yeah, you go for the hot chick, she rejects you. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna probably kill yourself for not trying. And
Mm-hmm.
that's me, man. I'm gonna try. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
stubborn and stupid like that I'm gonna try. So once again, I get John Cena. If I'm gonna walk away from this sport that I have dedicated my life to, I mean, he can tell us all the time. He
Mm-hmm.
was, for pizza, it was, he told the story when he ate the
Mm-hmm.
pizza, and that's how he did. If you can finish the pie, you get it for free, right?
Mm-hmm.
The early days before you're rich and famous and all this stuff, right? He gave everything to this sport. So when he's done, he's gonna be done.
Yeah. He emptied the tank.
I'm
He
done.
he got his
No
opportunity.
regrets.
Remember he came up. He was the one that was a throw-in. He came up with Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
Dave Batista, and Randy Orton. John Cena was the throw-in. He was the one they didn't have a gimmick for or a fraction for. And he almost got cut. He almost got cut from the roster, even though he can wrestle and put that good match on with Kurt Angle because he didn't have a gimmick. And as the story goes, he was doing that rap thing on
And
one of the
Stephanie McMahon.
buses.
Yep.
Stephanie McMahon heard him and she's like, "You're really good at this. You should do this." And that was
Boom.
it. Got him
Boom.
started.
So once again, y'all, we don't never know how
Seize
inspiration
the
comes from.
opportunity.
Seize it. 'Cause
Scratch that itch.
yes, sir. You know what?